Perhaps there is nothing more powerful than to observe a child's newfound awe of nature. In this program, Georgia Outdoors will attend 2 summer camps that involve children from the inner cities of Savannah and Atlanta and will witness their introduction to the wild.
Take one move ahead.
Water bottles right there. I'm going to take 2 water bottles. Go ahead this way, everybody. Follow the leader. All right, we're going to go and collect shells and collect fossils.
My favorite part of sea camp was going to the beach. And we got to do touch tanks. And we got to see blue crab.
We'll look at that grass over there, okay?
Got a crab.
All right, good job.
I caught most of the crabs. Well, not most of them, because there's had to be more than 1 million there. But I liked catching the crabs. It was fun.
We're looking for the bigger fiddlers, the male fiddler crabs. Things about summer camp I'd probably like best are probably the touch tanks and going crabbing.
The ground. Look at that, how little that one is.
It was fun, and we had collect seashells, and we had made like a path of ocean, and we got in the water, and we catch only 2 things.
This is a lesson on how hard it is to make your living from the sea.
I really like sea camp. I think it's great because we get to go to the Mars and the beach, and today we went fishing.
Oh, he's a flopper.
Well, the best thing I like to do was looking for the crabs and picking them up.
Why do the males have that big claw? Do y'all know?
Because to fight.
Yeah, to attract mates.
Yes, it has been really fun, and the funnest part, well, everything was fun. Everything I did.
Big smiles, once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. We see kids 2 or 3 years after they've been out here on scholarship, and they come up to us in the mall and say, Miss Ann, we were in Sea Camp 3 years ago, and we remember catching that fish, and what an awesome thing that was, and can we come back again, and can we have Sea Camp all year?
Do it real gentle. Don't move it too fast, okay?
Sea camp is a lot better than school because you get to have more fun and there's not as many rules. And you don't have to sit in a desk and go like and listen to the teacher talk all day. And we get to go on 4 field trips, and we have 2 teachers that don't really act like teachers. And we play a lot more games, and we have less people in sea camp than we did at my school, and that's a lot of names to keep up with at my school because we have about 300 people.
Because you get to play more and you get to talk a lot. Because you don't have to ride all the time.
And you don't have any homework.
And you don't have to stay inside, and you don't have to get in trouble. Well, you might, but it's more fun than school.
We choose our counselors according to their teaching experience and their science background. We have several teachers that we use in camp. The interns that are funded through the Georgia Sea Grant programs, they have been chosen from a national field, sometimes even international field of applicants.
The D stuff we haven't talked about yet. It's something called detritus. Have you ever heard that word before? It's a pretty big word.
We're fortunate to have gotten good groups of interns, very motivated, science-oriented, excited interns.
I'm a very strict high school teacher, but in this environment, I'm a little bit more lenient because I know it's summertime. The kids want to be outside, they want to have some free time, but they also are here to learn about our ocean and our environment. And a lot of them actually plan on doing these type of things in the future, and I think that it's a real good introduction.
I came to summer camp because I'm really interested in marine biology, and that's what I want to grow up to be, a marine biologist. That's been what I've always wanted to do.
I really want to be a diver or a marine biologist when I grow up. So my mom said this will help me learn to be a marine biologist and stuff.
The kids from downtown are more willing to learn and also show more enthusiasm. You see a lot more reaction in their faces, and it is a privilege for us to be able to be around those children.
C-Camp is overall part of our drug prevention program. We have 8 different prevention resource centers in public housing neighborhoods, kind of like 8 little mini safe havens in public housing. And the kids that attend our programs throughout the year as a reward, we send 30 or 40 kids every summer to the University of Georgia Extension C-Camp.
Ain't that the beach right there?
We're very interested in providing access to environmental education, coastal ecology, and the opportunity to grow coastal stewards, providing access to everybody as a public service unit of the University of Georgia. So inviting kids who may not necessarily have the opportunity to go to a beach or go to a salt marsh, who might live in an urban environment, was an important goal of the program.
We want our team of 10 kids to really get to know each other. They're going to be spending 8 hours together every day, so we have pretty much 40 contact hours with the kids.
Marshcraft. Being outdoors is fun, but learning can be fun, and also that working together can be good. Everything we do as a team, and I hope that they can see how important it is to work together with other people and realize that everyone has their own needs that we need to be sensitive to, but then of course to have fun and to be outside.
The Tybee Island adventure is probably their most favorite activity during the week.
Does anybody know what a barrier island is? No.
A lot of these kids have not ever been to the beach, even though it's 5-10 minutes down the road. The most exciting thing is for them to get their feet in the water, because some of these kids have never experienced that. Half of them don't even own a swimsuit, so it's very exciting for them to even get to touch the water. The beach combing is real important. Some of these kids don't actually see shells in their natural environment.
First I helped Rachel and Jenny pull the little net out. They were supposed to catch fishes and stuff, but they didn't really. And then we started playing with stuff, and we just had a lot of fun.
I was just amazed about the number of kids that live in public housing that hasn't been to the beach. And I'm talking, 30, 40, maybe 50%. I've never been to Tybee Island. And it's 15 miles away by car, so.
The biggest challenge in C-Camp, I think, is making sure that we are attuned to every child's strengths and making sure that every child goes home feeling a sense of accomplishment and a sense of learning and a sense of ownership about the coast.
I hope that they take with them that there is a group of people out there who's really interested in them, so that they know that somebody's out there that wants to help them out in learning about new things.
I didn't know we was going to the marsh and things like that, and walking through mud and through the woods.
Tell them what it is, Marshall.
Osprey!
Osprey, not ostrich. Awesome, Will. Thank you.
The Salt Marsh Walk, since it's pretty much our backyard here, and a lot of these kids are from this area, the Salt Marsh is more about being familiar, even though they like getting dirty and muddy.
All right, how about we measure the mud here?
That's their favorite part of the marsh walk, is getting dirty in the mud.
I know I was walking in a lot of mud, and it stank, and I was holding my shirt over my nose.
You smell that smell? What is in the mud that makes that smell? What? Yeah, we've got it right here with Connor. It's bacteria that's breaking the dead stuff down. And that bacteria is what's letting off that really smelly smell. But the cool thing about it is that you know it's working. If we didn't smell that, there'd be something wrong.
They see it from afar. They're driving down the highways. They don't really know what lives in the marsh mud. They don't know exactly why it's there. So the kids like to see exactly what type of environment it is and what animals live there. And I think they enjoy mostly playing with the snails, and chasing the fiddler crabs is the main event.
Oh, right.
We picked up fiddler crabs.
Right. Y'all see if you can catch one.
We tasty pickles, and we had stepped in the mud and put mud all over us.
Awesome. Y'all did find some mud.
Dorsal fin.
The fish hatchery with the Department of Natural Resources is one of the things that kids do recreationally, but some of them have never had a chance to even have a fishing pole. A lot of these kids in the program from downtown they've seen it on TV, they've eaten fish before, they've never actually been in the process of catching a fish. And it's a really good program where the fish hatchery employees actually teach the kids how to use the fishing poles, how to bait the hook, exactly what processes you need to go through to be an effective fisherman, fisherwoman.
How's that?
It's probably the second favorite event that we have during the week.
I was told we were supposed to catch catfish, but all we pretty much got was bluegill. And I think everyone got at least one fish. And then there was 2 girls who caught almost everything in the pond. They had a good time out there, got to catch a lot of fish. Hold it right there. Whoa. And you just pull it out nice and slow. There you go. Yeah.
It stinks.
You cut it down toward the weight here. And no one got hooked, so we're happy about that.
I especially like during the fishing trip when the guys think they're all ready to catch these fish. They're going to totally whip the girls. They're going to take every fish out of the pond and catch the biggest fish. Always the young ladies, the nice, quiet, patient young ladies who are, make no noise. They are in the quietest part of the pond area. They catch every single fish.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, did you see how fast it went away?
Yeah, we've got some awesome success. We've got kids that grew up attending Sea Camp, attending tutorial, getting jobs as a teen counselor in public housing and going off to college and graduating and coming back to the workforce.
Oh, yeah.
Our kids are really awesome. They're smart. They make the honor roll. We have a 95% pass rate for kids that attend our tutorial.
Can I take his job?
Okay.
This is like real numbers. 250 kids attend our tutorial and 237 pass this year. So, they're good kids.
We have some very interesting awards that we give out tomorrow. Everybody has their own special characteristic that we pick out from the week, and then we give them a nice little a plate that we design and do artwork on, and the kids love it. I mean, you think I was giving them a trophy. And they really prize that. Every year, that's probably the most excitement you get from them is on Fridays, is to be recognized as whatever their character, it shows during the week, and they love the attention.
I think the best thing about this program is the fact that it's a positive influence. It's a positive introduction to the natural world. It's a positive introduction to roles as stewards, live as citizens here of the Living Coast. And it's a great experience to learn about science in a hands-on manner and a memorable manner.
So far, summer camp has been fun. It's been a blast.
Where can you learn how the barred owl has adapted to its environment, or why genetic biodiversity is essential to the health of a species? If you're a classroom educator, a camp counselor, or a youth leader, you can attend Project Wild. Project Wild is one of the most widely used interdisciplinary conservation and environmental education programs for teachers. Here, teachers and youth leaders learn activities to help them show young people how to be responsible citizens of our planet and have fun learning about wildlife in the process. Contact this website for more information about Project Wild.
There are 20 Boys and Girls Clubs in Metro Atlanta. They all share this wonderful place, Camp Kiwanis. This weekend, 3 clubs are going to experience the ultimate journey too. Lee Fox, director here at the camp, explains.
I helped develop the Ultimate Journey, which is a national program. But the Ultimate Journey 2 is more focused on water, that precious resource that we have so little of here.
These kids are going to learn a lot this weekend, even if the weather doesn't cooperate. Lee begins their introduction to the wild by putting them up close and personal with a ball python.
My experience with the snakes, it was great. It has rough skin, it was silky, smooth at the bottom, and it's kind of sweaty. and when I held it, it went under my armpit to find someplace warm.
It's still raining, but that's okay. Lee and his crew will spend the time teaching the kids about this precious resource with several different water-related games. The first is Save a Water Dollar.
Some of you will be spinning this board, and if you land on a white one, that means you're thinking about conserving water. If you
Save a Water Dollar is an incredibly fun game. Lee makes the game, I mean, he really does.
Give me that spin. Give me that hard spin. This lady, she found out she could check, see if her toilet was leaking by taking 10 drops of red food coloring and putting it in the back of the toilet.
Two purposes in Save a Water Dollar. One is to learn some ideas that they could take back and use to conserve water. And the second part is to actually get them to work together as a team to do something. So I wanted to combine two things, some environmental education and some team building there, and have some fun with them.
The game, my favorite part, as always, is the songs at the end. When those kids came out there with that skit, I just crack up. I love it when they get up and they're dancing, they're having a good time, and you know, they remember the lyrics to the songs, you know, which is about water conservation, which is a big thing.
Well, so not everybody can keep a beat. Next, Lee teaches the kids about watery blues, where the kids get to pollute a jar of water and then learn just how hard it is to get it clean again.
The watery blues is one of my favorite ones. I developed it probably about 6 years ago. What I wanted to do was to get the kids to do some critical thinking and to depend on each other in that group, everywhere from counting the money to when they come up to buy things from the environmental store, depending on each other to give the right information and collect the right items.
Hey, you want this funnel, you gotta pay for it. It's my job to try and sell cleaning products to the groups. They have to decide what will work best and make sure they aren't paying too much for it. It looks like the groups have done a good job cleaning up their water, and it finally quit raining, so it's time to go outside. The campers' first outdoor activity teaches them about competition for natural resources.
Are we ready? Yeah. Are we ready?
Leading the group is Steve Wilson, team director at the Matthews Boys and Girls Club in Mableton, Georgia.
The point of the game is to turn yourself into an animal and you gather resources. There's a bunch of chips on the field, poker chips, in three different colors. And what they're doing is, they're different animals, crickets, frogs, snakes, and a hawk. They're going out, they're running around, they're gathering up all these resources. They're gathering up water, food, and shelter in order to survive. So they're running around, they're having fun, they're going around. And then you turn another twist to it, is where you bring in the predators, where the larger animals up the food chain get to hunt the smaller animals. And what they do is when they hunt the smaller animals, they take their resources. And so they go around and it turns into a game of tag and they're chasing, they're running around. And then you gather them all in, and as it goes on, the resources are getting harder and harder to find. There comes a point where there are no more blue chips left. So they come in, well, there are no more blue chips. That's the point of the game. So then after the end, they all come in and they count up the chips they have, and there's some chips with black dots on them. And what that black dot represents is poison that is in the ecosystem through various means. So the example we use is DDT or oil in the water table. And each dot represents a little bit of poison. The more poison they have in their system, the sicker they are or they're dead. You guys did a great job, all right? Give yourselves a hand.
To cap off this day, the kids learn how to build a fire, and they get the chance to roast hot dogs and s'mores.
3 types of fires that we do. We're only going to do one of them.
We teach fire safety, and we teach craftsmanship, camp crafts, and that's part of what they do here at the camp, part of their learning.
That's your log cabin.
Usually the kids like to build the log cabin because that's the easiest fire to get started, and it usually turns out to be the biggest fire. And when we're cooking over the fire, that's the easiest.
Okay, you get it and you put it exactly down the middle like this. If it comes up the side, that's fine. Back up and keep on going through.
I like building the fire and roasting the hot dogs. I like the s'mores because they're made of chocolate.
like s'mores because I really love marshmallows. And chocolate is real good with marshmallows and graham crackers.
A toasty end to a rather soggy day, but everyone had fun, and we all learned something about protecting our world. Tomorrow morning, Nature Walk. No rain today. This should be fun. Lee and our counselors are about to take us on a nature walk through the camp.
It smells good. We're very fortunate. The kids coming up, they're learning about the environment, and it benefits both them and the camp. What does it smell like to you guys? Root beer. This is what's called sassafras. Now, I know you guys are too young, but they used to make a drink called sarsaparilla, and that's what they take the oil of this and put it in. Okay, come over here. I want you to use your hands, and I want you to feel this. This is called common mullein. Feel how soft that is? Oh, but I tell you what, try it, and I think you'll change your mind. Just, yeah, touch it. Just touch it. There are even some cancer-type things that they're doing some research on right now with some compounds are in here. See right here? Some of it looks like a spider web in a tent shape up here. That's a tent caterpillar. Look right here. See it right there? Yeah, you got it? Uh-huh. There's one there, and there's one just below it there. You see it? A lot of people don't like them on the trees because they kind of eat up the leaves and on it and stuff like that. Let's move on to the next thing here.
There is one sobering stop we had to make on our walk.
You guys, before we go any further, I want you to look over to the right over here. All those trees and everything that are down, little bitty beetle, hundreds of them get around the bottom of the pine tree, and then diseases and all things get into the trees and they die. But you can see all these pines that are dead and gone now. We had to take them out. We're very fortunate to have this land. Georgia Pacific gave us this 160 acres, and then they came back as a community service project and helped us take all the dead pines down. And now it's time to replenish that.
Lee told the kids about plants that are good to eat, though they weren't completely convinced.
If you want to try it, you like onions, right? You don't like onions? Put it right in your mouth. Put it in your mouth. Try it. Now, persimmon is like a fruit, and you can eat it, and it's nice and sweet, and boy, it tastes good. Right over here is one of my favorite places. I come down here and just take my shirt and fill them up. This is called muscadimes. All these things, you had a muscadimes before? They're good stuff. Yeah, honeysuckles, you're right. Look at all the food we're getting from the woods. We ain't even got down halfway yet. All this stuff that we can eat from the woods that we're getting here. Oh, and she wants these honeysuckles. She's been after those honeysuckles. So I want you to slowly walk over here and get you a honeysuckle with Michael here. You know how to take them apart and suck the honey out of the end of it, right? Uh-huh. Take it. Anybody else? And let's just get one.
We all enjoyed the honeysuckle. Now that Lee has shown us a sample of what the forest has to offer, it's time for the kids to do some sampling of their own.
What I want you to do is you'll slowly come over, and what you're going to do is turn over a log very slowly, okay? And see what you can find underneath them. There'll be some bugs, roly-polies, centipedes. Now, the centipede's the only one you have to kind of worry about. It might sting you, hurt you, okay? Well, it kind of bites you, a little sting there. Centipede. It's red, so you'll know it when you see it, okay? Yellow dots. Come on. You got a spider? There you go. Its tail throws it up at you. Somebody took the top of it off. That's part of it. Put little leaves in there. You can't climb that thing.
This beetle, if you pick him up and kind of mess with him like he's going to be eaten, he'll let out this stinky stuff. So don't pick him up, because it's not the perfume that you'll like.
Okay, let's work our way around this way, guys.
But they don't
have mouth big enough to bite you.
They have little feelers, little hair.
Yeah, they have two little pins all the way down their body on each side, and that's what helps them push through the earth, right? Yep.
Look at the mouth.
I hope he's not going to eat your hand. I don't think they like to eat people. Lee
Stick your
has
hand in
a
here.
special surprise for this
Stick your hand in
camper.
there. Trust me. Grab hold of it. Oh! Look at that. Oh, it's a log, a stick. All these things that you guys been finding in the woods and stuff, they're starting to break down this thing. Yeah.
Well, it's been fun, but it's time to let our creatures go and head back to camp. Let's see what our campers thought of this weekend.
I like to come back because it was very fun. And I experienced stuff that I never experienced before.
This is different from being in the city because you can enjoy the nature and wild animals and have fun. I learned that you should start recycling water and care about plants and animals because they have to drink it too.
I had to come back to camp because I learned a lot, and I think it's really fun.
Be careful.
We hope these young people will carry the message of this weekend far beyond the gates of Camp Kiwanis.
I want them to always respect the environment and to think about how we can all work together to make a future for everyone.
It looks like picking up love.